Hello students, today we are going to start with our second chapter. The name of this chapter is Introduction to Database Management System. Before talking about the management system, let us first understand what do we mean by the word database. For this, let us take example that there is a multiplex. In that multiplex, there will be various shows which will be running at a time. So the timing, the shows, and which screen that show is going to be shown. All these different kind of information, all this data has to be collected somewhere. So in this case, a person is going to organize all this data in different tables, and all the collection of this related tables will form our database. Okay, so in simple words, we can say database is collection of interrelated data. Database is collection of interrelated data which helps in retrieval, inserting and deleting data. Now we'll continue with the same example. Now in case I want to find out which all shows are running at 12 o'clock. So that is retrieving of the data. That is getting the information from the database. Second point, inserting. Now inserting, if there is a new show coming up, then the information of that show, that means the name of the show, the timings of the show, the screens of the show, all that again has to be inserted in the database. The last one, deleting data. Similarly, if the show has been running for quite a few weeks, it's time for the show to stop screening, and there comes deleting the data. In this case, the show, that is the show name, will be deleted from the database and will no longer be part of the database. Thus, database is going to help in retrieval, inserting and deleting of data. Next, example, marks obtained by a student in subject is data, or it is entered in the report card. Now if I say 33, then 33 are marks of an individual student in an individual subject. So 33 becomes the data before it is entered in the report card. Once it is entered in the report card with all the other data, it will form information. So information is processed data. When data is maintained in organized manner, it becomes meaningful or organized information. For this, we are going to take the example of our marks. If I enter marks of the student in all the subjects, find the average, then it is showing me the performance of that child. So here, this data is organized and giving meaningful information. So example, in report card, the combined data of all subjects speak about students' performance. So at the end, when you get the collective marks, you can tell about the student's performance, how the student is performing. So this is data, information, database. Coming to the next part, difference between data and information. We have already studied this topic in the first chapter. We will again go through the differences. The first difference, data is raw facts. In the information side, we have information is processed facts. So data is some values, some figures. So it is just raw where the inferences cannot be drawn. Information, on the other hand, is processed. Various different facts are processed and we get the information. Second point, data does not help in decision making. In the information side, information helps in decision making. So if I have just a number 33, I cannot make any conclusion from that. However, if I have average of a student is 80%, then I can make some conclusions, I can make decisions and plan my further steps. Third point, data can be relevant or irrelevant. In the information side we have, without data, information cannot be processed. So data are just facts, raw facts. That is why they can be relevant or irrelevant. Now if we want information, then that information can be formed only after processing the data. So you cannot get information unless and until the data is processed. The last point is example. Data. For data we have the example as each student's score. This is a data. In the information side, example, average of all the students. Once the average of all the students is calculated, we draw some conclusions regarding the same. So these are the differences. Now coming to the next part, that is database management system. Now we know what is data, what is information, what is a database. So let us also look at database management system. Database management system is often written as DBMS. Database management systems are the softwares which are used for creating the data and maintaining that data. In the beginning, we have taken an example of multiplex. So we need some software to create those tables. We need the software to create the database. In that database, we are going to create the tables. And to work on that tables, we again need some kind of software tools. And database management system is a software which is going to provide us with those tools. A database often abbreviated as DB. So database is written as DB. Now database we have discussed, it is nothing but the collection of information organized in such a way that a computer program can quickly select desired pieces. So if I am asking the computer to give some result, it becomes easy when it is in an organized pattern. They can quickly get the result. So this is database. Next, a database management system, that is DBMS, is a software for creating and managing databases. So basically, this software is providing us with tools so that we can create the database and we can manage the database. By managing the database, we can create more tables, insert more data, delete our data, we can update the data, we can retrieve some data. So all these various operations can be performed on the database. The DBMS provides user and programmers with a systematic way to create and manage data. So the software has some tools which is going to help the programmer and the users to work on the database. It stores data in such a way that it becomes easy to retrieve, manipulate and update the information. These are the particular operations that we are going to perform on the database, and this software helps us to perform them better. Now various different examples of database management system are MySQL, PostgreSQL, Access, Oracle, SQL Server, IBM, DB2 and Sybase. So the examples over here, all the examples are important because these examples can be asked in MCQ 2 correct or 3 correct. So this is about the database management system. Thank you.